फेब्रुवरी मासस्य 14 दिनाङ्कः। येनाक्षरसमां नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते। आकारान्ताः पुल्लिङ्गाः समाप्ताः। Any doubts regarding previous class? Any questions? अद्य इकारान्तपुल्लिङ्गैः आरभ्यते. As I said, akarantapulingas are very rare, but ikarantapulingas are pretty common in literature, in Sanskrit, in the language. Ikarantapulingeshu sadharana shabdah iti svikriyate hari shabdah. Harihi, kavihi, यत्किमपि भवितुमर्हति किन्तु साधारणतया यथा आकारान्तेषु रामशब्दः साधारणशब्दः इति आदर्शत्वेन स्वीक्रियते तथा इकारान्तेषु हरिशब्दः इकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः हरि शब्दः तस्य प्रथमाविभक्तौ एकवचने सुप्रत्यये कोऽपि विशेषः नास्ति यथा रामशब्दे तथा सुप्रत्यये कृते तस्य सुबन्तत्वात् सुप्तिङन्तं पदम् इति पदसंज्ञायां सत्यां ससजुषोरुः इत्यनेन पदान्तस्य सकारस्य स्थाने ऋत्वम् विधीयते। हरि ऋ स्थिते तस्य खरवसानयोर्विसर्जनीयः इति विसर्गे हरिः। यथा रामः इति शब्दस्य निष्पत्तिः तथैव हरिः तथैव गुरुः. So all these prathama-vibhakti ekavachanas do not have a difference. What we saw, like Ramaha, Vishwapaha, Harihi, Sudhihi, Guruhu, iti sarvatra evamev bhavati. Pullingeshu sakarasya sthane rutvam tatah visargah iti sadharana prakriya. Dvitiya vibhakto kim bhavati? Hari au ityasti. Su au jas iti au pratyayah. Kim bhavedatta? Anybody? Can you guess that? The form. You should know from now on that for all sadharana shabdas there are, you would already know the form. You know there is Hari and there is, say, you know Ramau. How do you get Ramau from Rama and Au? It's very obvious. Put together and form Vriddhi. There are two ways of going about this. You can go on applying the sutra and find out what is the final form, or you can have the final form and find out how to derive. Generally, when learning we tend to use both. As we try to either remember the sutra or look at the prakriya and try to guess what should happen. Okay. So now you have Vivachane Kim Bhavet. Okay. Hema.
प्रथमयोः पूर्वसवर्णः एकपूर्वपरयोः.
सत्यं. प्रथमयोः पूर्वसवर्णः इत्यनेन पूर्वसवर्णदीर्घः. अकः प्रथमाद्वितीययोः अचिपरे पूर्वसवर्णदीर्घः एकादेशः स्यात् इति सूत्रार्थः. अक् इकारः अग्वर्णः तस्य प्रथमाविभक्तेः अचिपरे पूर्वसवर्णदीर्घः. पूर्वः नाम इकारः, इकारस्य सवर्णः दीर्घश्च भवति ईकारः. तस्मात् पूर्वपरयोः इकार औकारयोः स्थाने ईकारः एकादेशः भवति. The E replaces this E and this Au, because it comes under the adhikara of ekadesha, ekah purvaparayoh. Okay. So tena prathamayah purvasavarnah ityanena purvasavarna dirghe hari, harihi, hari. If you remember, in Ramo we did not use prathamayah purvasavarnah. Rama au iti sthite purvasavarna dirghah na kratah. Kimartham na kratah? Nadichi iti nishedhah asti. Avarnad ichi pare purvasavarna dirghah na syat iti nishedhah. अत्र अवर्णः नास्ति तस्मात् नादिचि इति निषेधः न भवति. The nishedha does not apply here. That is why we can do पूर्वसवर्ण दीर्घ and get hari. So अतः किं भवति? हरि अस् जस् प्रत्ययः अत्रापि पूर्वसवर्ण दीर्घः प्राप्नोति. प्रथमयोः पूर्वसवर्णः can apply here also, but preventing पूर्वसवर्ण दीर्घ we have another sutra. It says jasi cha. Padadvayameva vidyate jasi cha. Angasya ityadhikarah. The angadhikara runs from 641 till the end of 74. 5 padas. Okay? So this is an angadhikara. And hrasvasya gunaha iti sampurnam sutram anuvartate. Purva sutram asti hrasvasya gunaha. Sambuddhau iti atra anuvartate. Atra tu hrasvasya gunaha. Jasi hrasvasya gunaha. Jas pratyये pare hrasvaswarasya guno bhavati iti sutrarthaha. ह्रस्वान्तस्य अंगस्य गुणः स्यात् जसि परे इति वृत्तिः. So whenever a short vowel is followed by jas, there is guna adesha. Okay, so hari as ityasti, hrasvah asti, idanim gunah karaniyah, angasya gunah iti uktam. So it's said the anga will get guna when followed by jas. Okay, so now can somebody try to recollect what are all the paribhashas which we'll need to use to decide what is to be replaced by what? The Sutrartha just said, if you go back, you see that the Sutrartha says hrasvantasya angasya gunahasya jasi pare. An anga which is ending in hrasva will get guna. Okay, so you have hari, which is an anga ending in hrasva, hrasvasvara ikara. So now you cannot replace the entire hari shabda by guna, which is obvious. You have the form as harayaha, so a part of hari is still heard there. You cannot replace the entire hari by guna. So what will you replace, and how do you know? Okay. Okay. Vasu.
Namaste. Alontyasya.
Alontyasya. Okay. Alontyasya could apply here, but is there any other paribhasha which particularly deals with guna and vruddhi?
Iko guna vruddhi.
Exactly. So iko guna vruddhi. Okay. Iko guna vruddhi. Yasya gunaha. Gunavruddhi shabdabhyam yatra gunavruddhi vidhiyate tatra ikah iti shashchantam padam upatishthate ityuktam. Tasmat angasya gunaha ityukte angasya yaha ik varnaha tasya. You see that I have also made the same mistake, and I realized that it was a mistake when I was teaching. So you can apply alontyasya also here, but you also have iko gunavruddhi. So either way it has to be iko guna vruddhi, because it particularly specifies about guna and vruddhi. Okay, so this change, I'll change it later. So iko guna vruddhi ityanena angasya ikah sthane gunah bhavati ityukte ikarasya sthane. Ayyo, sorry. Then ikarasya sthane gunah ityukte kah bhavet? Gunah nama kah? Adeng gunah. Akara ekara okarayoh gunah iti samya vidhiyate. इकारस्य स्थाने गुणः इत्युक्ते कः भवेत्? कया परिभाषया निर्णीयते? Which is the paribhasha which would help to decide what is the letter which should be a guna for ikara? You have an option of 3 letters, a, and o. So which of these will be the guna and why? Which is the paribhasha which deals with it? Kaya paribhashaya nirnayatum shakyate. How can we decide which of those to use?
Yeah, all that I know, not the paribhasha, it has to depend upon the letter that is following, because it is the letter following is A.
Huh.
So it will take A as the guna.
No, I mean how? If it is followed by a, then it can take akara itself as the guna. Why should it take ekara?
It depends. It is the one which gets the guna. So A is the corresponding.
A is the answer, but how do we get that A is my question. Because whether it is a following or any other letter following, if we are doing a guna for ikara, we will do ekara itself. Ikarasya sthane gunah ityukte ekara eva bhavati. Kintu paribhasha ka? Iti prashnah. Uktam priya tatha annehi. शरगोपन् महोदयेनापि। स्थाने अन्तरतमः इत्यस्य परिभाषा। प्रसङ्गे सति सदृशतमः आदेशः स्यात्। यदा प्रसङ्गः नाम इकारस्य स्थाने अन्यः वर्णः उच्चार्यते तदा सदृशतमः यः इकारस्य अत्यन्तं सदृशः स एव भवति इति परिभाषा। स्थाने अन्तरतमः किन्तु स्थाने अन्तरतमः इत्यनेनापि निर्णेतुं न शक्यते। सादृश्यं चतुर्धा इत्युक्तम्। If you go back to your Samya Prakarana classes, we have studied that Sadrishya is of 4 types. Sthanatah, Gunatah, Pramanatah, Arthatah. Iti Chaturdha Sadrishyam Bhavitum Arhati. Sthanatah Arthat Varnotpatti Sthanatah Sadrishyam Bhavitum Arhati. Gunatah Bahya Prayatneshu Sadrishyam Bhavitum Arhati. Pramanatah Hasva Dirgha Pluta Ityeteshu Sadrishyam Bhavitum Arhati. Arthatah api Sadrishyam Bhavitum Arhati. Atra Sthani Bhavati Ikaraha. इकारस्य स्थानं तालु इचुवेशानां तालु आदेशाः भवन्ति अकार एकार ओकाराः तत्र अकारस्य स्थानं कण्ठः एकारस्य स्थानं कण्ठतालु ओकारस्य स्थानं कण्ठोष्ठम् तेषु सदृशतमः भवति कण्ठतालु स्थानिकः एकारः so if we are considering sthana ekara is the closest to ikara but if we consider pramana इकारः अस्ति ह्रस्वः अ ए ओ इत्यत्र एकारः दीर्घः ओकारोपि दीर्घः अकारः ह्रस्वः अस्ति so akara is hrasva so akara is sadrishatama if we take pramana sadrishya if we are considering pramanatah sadrishyam atyantam sadrishah antaratamah bhavati akarah sthana sadrishye परिगणिते अन्तरतमः भवति एकारः इदानीं किं करणीयं so we have स्थानेन्तरतमः tells when a sthani is being replaced by an adesha, take one which is related most closely. Okay? But we have two kinds of relations here. One is relation through the Varnotpatti sthana and the other is relation through the pramana. Which of these will get the precedence and how do we, what defines that? Katham nirnetam shakyate. Idanim yadi bhavantah vadanti sthanatah antaryad ikarah sorry, this is not ikara, this is ekara. So, sthanatah antarena ekarah gunah bhavati iti uchyate chet, maya uchyate, pramanatah sadrishyat akarah bhavati gunah. Katham nirnayah? How do we decide? Sthana sadrishyam valiyah. Katham kim pramanam? He's saying, Sadagopanji says, Sthana Sadrishya gets precedence. But how? Is there any thing, any sutra or any paribhasha which tells that? Masuji?
That's best I could say that Sadrishyam is Baliyah.
Correct. Sthana Sadrishyam is Baliyah. Perfect. But Kim Pramanam? Because in Vyakarana, everything has to come through either a sutra, vartika, bhashya, paribhasha, any such thing. Right? So, kim pramanam sthana sadrishyasya valiyastve. No, Sthanyantaratamaha will not result. Sthanyantaratamaha just says that the closest will be the adesha. But how do you determine what is the closest? Is my question. How can you say that ekara is the closest when you also have akara as an option? Nobody? There is a paribhasha which we studied in Sthanyantaratamaha. Immediately following Sthanyantaratamaha. If any of you have your books, you may go back. Okay. Padma Mami?
यत्र अनेकविधमान्तर्यं तत्र स्थानतः आन्तर्यं बलीयः.
Great. सो तत्रैव अस्ति स्थानेन्तरतमः इत्यत्र यत्र अनेकविधम् आन्तर्यं तत्र स्थानतः आन्तर्यं बलीयः इति परिभाषा. So this was exactly the case where it was referring to. If there is a case where there are more than one option, I mean, if there is more than one kind of sadrishya, sthanatah antaryam baliyah. The strongest of the one which gets the precedence is sthana sadrishya. We always take that into the that gets the priority. If there is no sthana sadrishya, then only we try other means. Okay. So sthanatah antaryena इकारस्य स्थाने गुणः इत्युक्ते एकारः भवितुम् अर्हति. सो हरे अस् जसि च इत्यनेन गुणे इकारस्य स्थाने एकारः आदेशः. इदानीं किं भवति? What should happen next? Next is just a sandhi. Some sandhi which you already studied. हरे अस् इत्युक्ते किं भवति?
एचो यया यावः एचि परे अचि follows.
एचः अचि परे.
Yeah.
एचः स्थाने अचि परे ऐ अव आय् आव् इत्येते आदेशाः स्युः इति सूत्रार्थः. So when ekara is followed by akara, you always get echo yavayavah. So echo yavayavah इत्यनेन अयादेशे हरयस्. ततः ऋत्वे विसर्गे ससजुषोरुः इति ऋत्वं खरवसानयोर्विसर्जनीयः इति विसर्गः हरयः. हरि जस् प्रत्ययः जसि च इत्यनेन गुणः एचो यवायावः इति अयादेशः ऋत्वं विसर्गः हरयः. हरिः हरि हरयः. Okay, any questions so far?
Someja, I joined a little late. In Hari Su, Bala Manohar says Visarjini is Akara Dupari Upasankyanena Chatvat Tasmin Paratah Refa. He says something whether it can be done a Yanadesha there.
1 second. I haven't checked the Bala Manorama there. Just a second. Okay. अकारादुपरि उपसंख्यानेन अथवा तस्मिन् पदतः रेफादिकारस्य अनादेशः. Okay, so he says we do rutva and visarga. Hari visargah asti. We already studied that anuswara and visarga, the ayogavahas, tesham atsu pathaha sharshu pathaha. They belong to both at, that is ach, and hal. We have seen this case. So they can be either treated as ach or hal. So he asks, can we treat this visarga as an ach? And there is an ikara, e followed by ach. Iko enasi ityanena yanadeshaha bhavati va iti prashnaha. Can we do a yanadesha treating visarga as an ach? Okay. So I mean, obvious common sense will say we can't. The question is, how do we prevent it according to the Shastra? So the answer is visarga kharvasanayor visarjaniyaha is asiddha to iko enachi. Iko enachi iti shashtadhyaye asti. Kharvasanayor visarjaniyaha iti अष्टमाध्याये तृतीय पादे अस्ति. So since visarga is asiddha, iko enachi does not know that visarga exists. It treats, it knows only sakara. Sasajushoruhu is also asiddha and visarga is also asiddha. So as iko enachi considers that there is a sakara, so there is no yanadesha since sakara is not ach. Okay. Any questions? हरिः हरि हरयः ततः संबोधनम्. हे हरि सु इत्यस्ति. अत्र किं भवेत्? रामशब्दे किम् आसीत्? What happens when we have हे राम सु? हे राम सु इति स्थिते किं भवति? एङ्घस्वात् सम्बुद्धेः इत्यनेन सम्बुद्धेः लोपः भवति. हे राम सु इति स्थिते ह्रस्वात् एङन्तात् ह्रस्वान्तात् च अङ्गात् परः हल् लुप्यते सम्बुद्धेश्चेत् इत्यनेन सम्बुद्धेः हलः लोपः क्रियते. So we have the form as हे राम. Same would apply here because there is a hrasva. But before applying eng hrasva sambuddhehe, we have eng hrasva sambuddhehe iti sambuddhi lope prapte bhavati hrasvasya gunah iti agrimam sutra. So this is the sutra which precedes Jasicha. So in Jasicha we saw that when hrasva is followed by jas, there is a guna, but there is also another case, hrasvasya gunah tadvayam angasya ityadhikarah sambuddhau cha iti sutrat sambuddhau iti anuvartate. Sambuddhau hrasvasya gunah, sambuddhau paratah hrasvasya guno bhavati iti sutrarthah. So when followed by sambuddhi, what is sambuddhi? Somebody define sambuddhi samya.
एकवचनं सम्बुद्धिः.
एकवचनं सम्बुद्धिः. सम्बोधने प्रथमायाः एकवचनं सम्बुद्धिसमयं स्यात् इति सूत्रार्थः. सो तेन सम्बुद्धिः नाम प्रथमायाः प्रथमाविभक्तौ एकवचनं सुप्रत्ययः तस्य सम्बुद्धिः इति संज्ञा, सम्बुद्धौ परतः ह्रस्वस्य गुणो भवति इति सूत्रार्थः. ह्रस्वस्य गुणः स्यात् सम्बुद्धौ. तेन किं भवति? हे हरि सु इत्यस्ति, तथैव इकारस्य स्थाने गुणः इत्युक्ते एकारः, हे हरे सु. इदानीम् एङ् ह्रस्वात् सम्बुद्धेः. Before we did the guna, we could have deleted the sambuddhi due to hrasva because hari was the hrasva. Now hare ekara is not hrasva, but still it is eng. That is why we have eng hrasvat sambuddhehe. If you go back to eng hrasvat sambuddhehe, you see that there is some discussion there. What is the need of having eng, etc. Eng hrasvat sambuddhehe, eng antat. Since ekara is eng, we delete the sambuddhi following it. He hare iti rupam. ह्रस्वस्य गुणः इति गुणः ततः सम्बुद्धि लोपः. हे हरे, हे हरि इति तु समानं. हे हरि औ इति स्थिते प्रथमयोः पूर्वसवर्णः हे हरि. हे हरि जस् अस्ति स्थिते जसि च इति गुणः एचो अयवायावः ससजुषोरुः खरवसानयोः विसर्जनीयः. हे हरयः. हे हरे, हे हरि, हे हरयः इति तु as I said, always the Dvivachana and Bahuvachana of Sambodhana is the same as the Dvivachana and Bahuvachana of Prathama Vibhakti. There is never any difference. What happened to the others? I think we're missing a slide here. Okay, I'll explain. I think I've lost a slide somewhere. Hari Am ityasti kim bhavati? Rama am इति स्थिते किं जातम्? रामं कथम्? अमि पूर्वः. सत्यम्. अकः अमि अचिपरे पूर्वरूपम् एकादेशः स्यात् इति सूत्रार्थः. So you should notice that when followed by in 95% of the cases there is ami purvaha. That is, ami purvaha will apply to give a purva rupa. If it is Rama, it will become Ramam. Hari, it is Harim. Guru, Gurum. Nadi, Nadim. Mati, Matim. Dhenu, Dhenum. Sarvatra tathaiva. There are very few exceptions. Mostly when it is pratyaya, the prakriya is ami purvaha ityanena purva rupe harim. Hari it is the purva parayoho purva rupe arthat ikare ekadeshe harim. Harim hari. Next hari ityasmat shas pratyaya kriyate. Shas hari as. What will happen now? Can somebody tell the prakriya? Hari as it is sthite. Gunastu na bhavati. Jasi pare eva gunaha ityuktatvat. Shasi pare gunaha na bhavati. Kim bhavati? Hari as. What should apply? Okay, wait. Prathamayoh purva savarnaha. Since there is no guna, hari as it is sthite. Prathamayoh purva savarnaha. Ityanena purva savarna tirkhe haris iti bhavati. Then Then right. Ravichandranji. Tasmat chaso nah pumsi. Tasmat नाम कृतपूर्वसवर्णदीर्घात् शसः सकारस्य स्थाने नकारः भवति. We should actually get ruptva and visarga, but preventing that we have tasmat chasonah pumsi. As soon as we do purvasavarna dirgha in shas, we replace the sakara by nakara. So we have hareen. Harim, hari, hareen. Tritiya vibhaktau hari ityasmat ta pratyayah. Su aujas am out shas ta pratyayah. हरि आ इति स्थिते इको एणसि इत्यनेन यणादेशे प्राप्ते किं भवति पश्यामः. शेषो घ्यसखि इति अग्रिमं सूत्रम्. शेषः घी असखि इति छेदः. त्रीणि पदानि. युस्त्र्याख्यो नदी इति सूत्रात् यु इति अनुवर्तते. निति ह्रस्वश्च इति सूत्रात् ह्रस्वः इति अनुवर्तते. So Sheshoghyasaki is actually a samnya sutra. It gives a samnya called ghi. Okay, ghi is the term which is being defined here. What Panini says is Sheshaha ghi, asakhi. Asakhi is apart, other than sakhi shabda. That is a nishedha for sakhi. That is sakhi shabda will not get ghi samnya. Other than sakhi shabda, we have yu. Yu iti shabdasya katham. Ishcha ushcha yu. इकारः उकारः यथा रामश्च लक्ष्मणश्च रामलक्ष्मणौ इति भवति तथा द्वन्द्वसमासः. इश्च नाम इकारः, उश्च उकारः. इ प्लस् उ इको एणसि इत्यनेन एणादेशे यु, तस्य द्विवचने यु इति भवति. इकारः उकारः इत्यर्थः. इवर्ण उवर्णौ. ह्रस्वः इत्यस्ति. यु इति अनुवर्तते, ह्रस्वः इति अनुवर्तते. सो ह्रस्वौ यौ इवर्ण उवर्णौ. So an anga which is ending in a hrasva ikara or a hrasva ukara will get the samnya called ghi. There is also one more term which Panini uses here, which is called sheshaha. Shesha is something which Panini uses often. Bahushu sutreshu bhavati. Shesha dvibhasha, shesho bahuvrihihi ityadi ritya bahushu upayudyate. Sheshaha nama uktadanya sheshaha. Shesha is something which is left. So what has already been defined, other than that, something else will be called Shesha. So wherever Panini uses the word Shesha, there is some prakarana going on. For example, in this particular case, Panini is dealing with a samya called Nadi. There are two related samyas. One is Nadi and the other is Ghi. He has been defining the Nadi samya. You see that Shesho Ghesakhi iti Prathamadhyayasya Chaturthapadasya Saptamam Sutram. Tatraiva Adau Tritiya Sutram Bhavati Yustyakhyau Nadi. Nadi iti samnya vidhiyate. Tataha neyangvang sthanavastri vami iti hrasvashta. So in the four preceding sutras, Panini has defined the samnya called Nadi. Nadi is a samnya which will apply to some ikarantas and ukarantas. Now he says Sheshaha, whatever is left. That is any hrasva ikara or hrasva ukaranta which does not have Nadi samnya will get the samnya called Ghi, except Sakhi Shabda. That is the entire meaning of this sutra. Sheshaha, you have yu hrasva. Okay, hrasvau ivarna uvarnau. So the first condition is it should be a hrasva ikaranta or ukaranta. Second condition, shesha, which means it should not have the Nadi samnya. Then it will be called Ghi. And Sakhi Shabda will not be called Ghi. Sakhi is also hrasva ikaranta. And it does not have Nadi samnya, but still it will not get Ghi samnya because asakhi iti sutre eva nishidhyate. So sutrarthaha kaha anadi samyau arthat Nadi samnya yasya yayohu na nasti tadrishau hrasvau yau ivarna uvarnau tadantam sakhi varjam. Other than sakhi will get the samnya called Ghi. Ghi samyam syat. Anadi samyau hrasvau yau ivarna uvarnau tadantam sakhivarjam ghisamyam syat iti sutrarthaha. Udaharanartham hari shabdah asti. The shabda which we are dealing, hari, it is ikaranta, hrasva ikaranta, and it does not have Nadi samya. Okay. So now this will get the samya called Ghi. Now what is the point of having? Okay. So before we go, let's think a bit about the sutrartha. Sheshaha kim. Why does Panini say Sheshaha? Sheshaha means what? As I told, that which does not have Nadi Samya. Which means if there is Ghi Samya, sorry, if there is Nadi Samya, then it will not get Ghi Samya. It's what Panini intends to convey. Sheshaha kim matyai. Mati iti shabdaha. Mati shabdati chaturthi vibhaktau. Kim rupam? Can somebody tell me? Matyai. Is there any other form or is this the only form of Mati Shabda? Ikarantaha Strilingaha Mati Shabdaha. Chaturthi Vibhaktau Ekavachane Kim Rupam. What are the forms of Mati Shabda in Chaturthi Ekavachana? Yeah, correct. So there are two forms, Matyai, Mataye. Similarly in Panchami also you have two forms, Matyaha, Matehe, Matyam, Matau. Okay, so in all those cases there are two forms. The two forms are because of, one is because of Nadi Samya and the other is because of Ghi Samya. What Dikshitar intends by this part is Sheshaha kim Matyai. Ityukte kim? Sheshaha ityukte yatra Nadi Samya nasti tatra iva Ghi Samya. Tena kim bhavati? Yatra Mati Shabdasya Nadi Samya vartate. There are Niti Hasvashta in the sutra. Whenever an Ikaranta Strilinga is followed by a Nit Pratyaya, that is Nye, Ngasi, Ngas and Ni, it gets an optional Nadi Samya. Okay? So now if there is a Nadi Samya, then there is no Ghi Samya. That is why in Matyai we are not applying any Karya. We are not doing any Karya which is dependent on Ghi Samya. Okay? So all it means is it can either have Nadi Samya or Ghi Samya. That is why he uses Sheshaha. One particular particle will not have both Nadi Samya and Ghi Samya. That is why Panini uses the word Sheshaha. Sheshaha kim Matyai. Mati Shabdasya yatra Nadi Samya asti tatra Ghi Samya na bhavati. Ityarthaha. Nitih Swashta iti sutrena vikalpena Nadi Samya ukta. Yatra Nadi Samya vartate tatra Ghi Samya na bhavati. Ekasamyadhikarat siddhe Sheshagrahanam spashtartham. Having asked the question, Dikshitar also says that Ekasamyadhikarat siddhe. Akadarad Ekasamya. We studied it. It's the first sutra of fourth pada. 141 is Akadarad Ekasamya. Kadarah karmadharaye iti paryantam. Ekasya ekaiva samya bhavati. One particle will get only one samya. We studied this when we are dealing with pada and bha. As I told that any particle cannot have both pada samya and bha samya. Right? So if it is ajadi, it will be called bha. If it is haladi, it will be called pada. Why? Because akadarat eka samya. In that adhikara, each particle can have only one samya. Can be either called pada or bha. Similarly, this also, this nadi and ghi samyas are also included in the eka samyadhikara. Okay, so the number, if you notice, was 143 is Nadi and 147 is Ghi. Okay. So here also the same logic will apply. Akadarate Eka Samya. So it should either have Ghi Samya or Nadi Samya is obvious by that Adhikara. So since we already have that Adhikara, it will mean that if there is Nadi Samya, there is no Ghi Samya. And if there is Ghi, there is no Nadi. It is mutually exclusive. So Eka Samyadhikara Siddhe. What we need, the meaning we need can already be derived using the Eka Samyadhikara. Sheshagrahanam Spashtartham. So the Sheshagrahana is only for clarity, which really means that Sheshagrahana was not required. Whenever Dikshita says Spashtartham, Spashta means to make it more clear. He means that it actually need not have been there. He just has put it for more clarity, to be completely specific. So even without Sheshagrahana, we could get the meaning that Nadi and Ghi, the samyas will not coexist. There will be either Nadi samya or Ghi samya. Okay. Next, Hasvau kim. Okay, this is a question. How can there be an optional form for Mati which depends on Ghi and Nadi? I did not understand your question. Maybe we should just ask.
Yeah, what I'm telling is, if Mati can have either, I mean, if a word can have either a Ghi Sangya or Nadi Samya, then for Mati to get two forms, we go one route as
I
ghee,
mean,
one
at
route.
the same time, simultaneously, it cannot have both ghee and nadi. And so that's why it's an option.
Okay.
Because
Thanks.
you cannot do karyas for the same rupa. That is why you have two different forms. So in one form, as in one case there is ghee samya, and in the other case there is nadi samya. Okay. इदानीम् अग्रे ह्रस्वौ किं दलकृत्यम् अनुवर्तते. I told this is what is called dalakritya. Dalakritya is where you split the sutra and check if each word is necessary. Sutra or sutrartha. So here in the sutra we told anadi samyau hrasvau yau ivarnau varnau. Anadi samyau refers to sheshaha. We saw if shesha is actually required or not. Right? Next hrasvau iti kimartham uchyate. Prashnasya ashayah niti hrasvashcha ityanena. Actually, why do we need hrasva? Can we have, I mean, what happens if there is a dirgha? That's a question. Okay. Why? The question arises because if it is dirgha, ikara or ukara, the dirgha ikaranta or ukaranta generally tends to be a strilinga. If it is a strilinga, it will get nadi samya by some other sutra. And we already know that if there is nadi samya, there is no ghi samya. So do we need to specify the hrasva? That's the question. It is required because vata pramye. Vata prami iti ikarantaha pullingaha. So there are pullinga words also which are ending in e or o. Okay? They do not have a nadi samya. The nadi samya is exclusively for strilingas. Okay? So since there is no nadi samya, if we do not specify that only hrasva will get ghi samya, here also we should get ghi samya. Yadi hrasvaha iti nochyate, तदा वातप्रमी इति दीर्घ इकारान्तस्यापि घिसंज्ञा स्यात्. यदि घिसंज्ञा स्यात् तर्हि यथा हरये तथा वातप्रमये इति भवेत्. वातप्रम्ये इति न भवेत्. Okay? So that is why to prevent घिसंज्ञा for दीर्घas we include the word hrasvau. वातप्रमी शब्दस्य नदी संज्ञा नास्ति. ह्रस्वग्रहणाभावे अत्रापि घिसंज्ञा स्यात्. If he hadn't told hrasva, there would have been ghi samya here also. There's a question. Without shesha, will the definition of ghi not apply to nadi, which is being discussed earlier? So that is what, since this comes under eka samyadhikara, by default it can either be nadi or ghi. It cannot be both. Okay. So if there is nadi samya, the nadi samya is more exclusive, that is, it has certain special conditions. So if there is a possibility of applying nadi samya, it will get nadi samya, and whatever is left, which is shesha, will automatically get the ghi samya, even without the word shesha. That is why Dikshita says it is spashtartham, just for clarification. Hrasvau kim atapramye dirghasya ghi samya mabhut ityetadartham hrasvagrahanam. Then you kim ikara ukarayohu eva bhavati ghi samya. I mean, this is a very obvious question. Matre matru iti rakarantasya hrasvaha asti nadi samya api nasti tathapi matra shabdasya ghi samya na bhavati. So the word matru will not get ghi samya because it is only you, ikara ukarau. So that is about sheshobhyasakhi. It's actually a very important sutra for in the Kaumudi and also for further technical discussions. So it means, for now, leaving all this theoretical thing, the Hari Shabda gets the samya called ghi by the sutra sheshobhyasakhi. Okay. Now we are in Tritiya Vibhaktau Ekavachane Rupa Nirdharanam Karaniyam. Hari A ityasti. इदानीं शेषोभ्यसखि इत्यनेन हरि इत्यस्य झि इति संज्ञा प्राप्ता. किं भवति घि संज्ञया इति चेत् आङ्गो नास्त्रियाम् इति अग्रिमं सूत्रम्. पदत्रयं विद्यते. आङ्गः न अस्त्रियाम्. अच्च घेः इति सूत्रात् घेः इति अनुवृत्तिः अस्ति. घेः इति पञ्चमी, आङ्गः इति षष्ठी, न इति प्रथमा. सो घेः परस्य आङ्गः न इति आदेशः भवति. घेः परस्य आङ्गः न स्यात् अस्त्रियाम्. स्त्रीलिङ्गे च न भवति इत्यर्थः. So now we have ang nama kim. What is ang? It's a question because we have never seen ang anywhere. It just says suvaujas, amochas, ta, bhyam, bhis, nye, bhyam, bhis. We do not find ang anywhere. So आङ् इति टा संज्ञा प्राचाम्. So ang is actually ta. The tritiya ekavachana is called ang. That was a term which was being used by earlier grammarians, and Panini has taken it here also. And he says ang he actually means the ta, that is the tritiya ekavachana pratyaya. Okay. So gheha parasya angaha. The ta a which is preceded by ghi is replaced by na. The adesha is na. Okay. Hari a ityasti. हरि इत्यस्य घिसंज्ञा अस्ति. घेः परस्य आङ्गः नाम टा प्रत्ययस्य स्थाने न इति आदेशः भवति. हरि न अयमेव नाभावः इत्युच्यते. द आ बीइंग रिप्लेस्ड बाय न. इदानीं किं भवति? व्हाट शुड हैपन नाउ? हरि न इत्यस्ति.
नत्वं
केन सूत्रेण?
अट्कुप्वाङ्गं व्यवायेति.
अट्कुप्वाङ्गं व्यवायेति. अट् कवर्ग पवर्ग आङ् एतैः व्यवायेति. रेफशकाराभ्यां परस्य नकारस्य नत्वं भवति. So you have a nimitta called hari in refa, and you have a nakara which is separated by e, which is at. Okay. So अट्कुप्वाङ्गं व्यवायेपि इत्यनेन नकारस्य स्थाने नकारादेशे हरिणा इति रूपम्. Sorry, Priya asked a question. So ang, as we just see in अट्कुप्वाङ्गं व्यवायेपि itself, Panini uses the word ang in a different sense. Ang is an upasarga. Pra para apasam anu avanisnirtustur vi ang etc. Ang iti upasargah vidyate. So will there not be a conflict of meaning? How do we know that this ang refers to ta and not the upasarga? Okay. So yeah, there are some cases where confusions might arise. So in all such cases, we depend on a commentary for the answer. But here, I think the meaning is obvious, because the ang, the upasarga, will never be following a ghi samya. Okay, I mean a ghi samya particle. The ghi samya is given for a pratipadika, shesho ghesakhi. So after this pratipadika, there is absolutely no chance of there being an upasarga. That is a pradi. Okay, so the pradi will always be added to a dhatu. So in this particular case, we, without the need of any specific commentary, we can derive what he means. But yeah, there are many cases where there could be a conflict of meaning. In all such cases, we say Vyakhyanato Vishesha Pratipattihi. Always we rely on commentary. That is why we have the commentary. In commentary, we mean the bhashya or the vartikas for clarification. Okay. Harina. Hari a angonastriyam ityanena nabhave harina. Tataha hari bhyam. Rama bhyam iti sthite kim bhavati? रामभ्यां किं भवति?
Yeah, there it is. It takes dirgha adesha by supicha.
Dirgha by supicha, right? So
yeah.
Supicha ityanena dirghah bhavati. Ramabhyam iti sthite dirghe ramabhyam. Can we apply supicha here? Hari bhyam iti sthite supicha ityasya pravrtiः bhavati va? Ayamapi sup pratyayah. Supi pare इत्यस्ति. Supi pare angasya dirghah ityukte atrapi bhavet. Hari bhyam iti bhavati उत न. Yeah, so atongasya adanta dangat parasya supi pare dirghah ityuchyate. Only if the anga is adanta hrasva akaranta, then only we can apply supicha. So here there is no supicha. Hari bhyam हरिभ्याम् इत्येव. Okay, so before that ango nastriyam ityuktam. Asya astriyam iti kim? Why does he say astriyam? Again matya. Mati a iti sthite. Mati shabdasya sheshoghyasaki iti ghisamya asti. Kintu atra nabhavah na bhavati. The ta is not replaced by na because mati is strilinga. Astriyam, only in pullinga we have nabhava. It is not nabhava, it is nabhavah. Ghisamyayam satyam api nabhavo na bhavati. Now, okay, so harina haribhyam haribhis. Atrapi rutvam visargah haribhihi. There is nothing. In Rama Shabda, what did we do? Rama Shabdasya bhis pratyaya pare kim bhavati?
अथो बिसाइस.
Yes. So, ato bhisa ais. Sutre eva asti. अकारान्तादङ्गात् परस्य भिसः स्थाने ऐस् आदेशः भवति. अत्र तु अकारान्तत्वं नास्ति इत्यतः तदपि न भवति. हरिभिस् ससदृशोरुः खरवसानयोः विसर्जनीयः हरिभिः. हरिणा हरिभ्यां हरिभिः. नेक्स्ट् हरि ए ङे प्रत्ययः. तत्र ङकारस्य लशक्कतथिते इति संज्ञा लोपः. हरि ए इति स्थिते अत्रापि शेषोघ्यसखि इत्यनेन घिसंज्ञा विद्यते. तेन किं भवति? यणि प्राप्ते. हरि ए इति स्थिते what is the default? By default what happens is इको एणति इत्यनेन आदेशः भवेत्. किन्तु न भवति. रूपं किमस्ति? हरये इत्यस्ति. हर्ये इति रूपं नास्ति. किं करणीयं? घेर् ङिति इति अग्रिमं सूत्रम्. So the next sutra is has two words, ghehe niti. Supicha iti sutrat supi iti anavartate. Hrasasya gunaha ityatah gunaha ityapi anavartate. Kah arthah ghehe ghisamyakasya angasya niti niti supi pratyaye pare gunaha bhavati. So there is guna. Ghisamyakasya niti supi gunaha syat. Then followed by a sup pratyaya which is nit. It is nye, ngasi, ngas, ni. Okay. So in these four pratyayas, there is guna. Okay, the ghi samya will get guna. So you notice that this is a third case where we are having guna. First one, jasicha ityanena gunaha, hrasasya gunaha ityanena sambuddhau paratah gunaha, gher niti ityanena chaturshu sthaleshu, or three places. This applies in three places for okay, the third sutra which defines guna for hari shabda. Okay. So hari e ityasti gunaha ikarasya sthane gunaha nama ekarah hare e iti gunaha tatah echo yavayavah ityanena ayadeshe haraye haraye haribhyam haribhyah ubhayatra kimapi nasti. Okay, so in chaturthi harina haribhyam haribhihi haraye haribhyam haribhyah. So we'll stop here. Any questions? You're free to ask. No questions? Okay, why did he not use ta in the sutra? I don't know. I mean, yeah, he could possibly have said ta because ta is a pratyaya which he himself has defined. But well, there are cases where Panini does use the nomenclature of Purvatana Vyakarana. Any other questions? Okay, so we'll continue from Panchami Vibhakti in the next class. Enakshara samam nayamadhigamya maheshwara krutnam vyakaranam proktam tasmai paninaye namaha. Nitrayan namaskritya taduktish paribhagya cha vayyakarana siddhanta kaumudiyam virachyate.